Hello my loves, I'm Ellie Frost. Thank you so much for being on my channel, for liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting your love, your energy, your intention to radically shift this distortion on the planet by coming into your authentic power, sovereignty, raising your consciousness, coming into yourself and owning and reclaiming your power, right? Your truth, opening your heart to a life that is full of connection. Actually, it's possible. I know that might sound extreme. Love, fulfillment, all the things that are not available during narcissistic abuse. My approach is multidimensional, extraordinarily fast in terms of rapidly healing people. From it, helping you heal yourself, because I give you the right awareness and tools to shift this. It's not being dealt with effectively. If you're analysing something for 10 years or 1 year in therapy, it's not working for you because it's not analysing that's the problem. In fact, you don't need to know too much on why something happened as much as what belief systems you've incorporated, what you've decided because of it, and how it's impacting your life. So I give you rapid shifts because like a missile, we're going to the root cause, unearthing the problem and taking it out like a weed. And then, and also shifting our energy, because what we've got to do here in narcissistic abuse is emotional intelligence and energetic work, right? So that we can then adopt the right boundaries, standards and values that are in alignment with our truth and our soul, rather than be in reaction the whole time to predators. Which is why I'm calling this video, your relationship with a narcissist, pretty much the whole thing is a trauma response. What's fascinating and brilliant about the work I do is, you know, I'm hearing this all the time, people on the channel or people in my program Sovereign, which you can still join this round until the weekend. So if you really are wanting to do that, it is so great in there, the work in there to come into your sovereignty. Look at that on my website and email me because I've got different links depending on where you are in the world. People are all over the world in there. So wherever you are in the world, come in if you're ready to do that. It's fantastic. But people in my world, and I've experienced this, once we're coming into ourselves, we've raised our consciousness, got a stronger energetic, the narcissist can't hook you in the same way. The whole relationship is a trauma response, because what they do in the energetic field, the psychic field, and with your nervous system is create emotions that aren't actually true to you. They are just reactive responses, and you're in a heightened response in trauma. So even that you feel what you think of as love isn't love in the narcissistic relationship. It's not loving at all. It's not love because there's no love when you have to destroy yourself for another or are being destroyed. And it's a much more, I call it an enmeshment, because it's a stronger pull than an addiction. An addiction is only pulling you physically and emotionally, whereas enmeshment on this level is at every ounce of your being, spiritually, physically, emotionally and energetically. There's this hook. So they know how to project what they want you to feel. A lot of that time is this strong pull to them, which is so hard for the brain because you're like, you can't make sense of it. It's not making sensible because the brain's not meant to be used like that. I teach in people all the time, and in Sovereign, we don't actually know how to use our minds. Your mind is a data system of the past that helps you correlate information and do things, yeah? Like I know how to drive my car. I've decided certain things about cause and effect. But if you want to create change, you've got to come into your body and then use your guidance system, your intuition and heart to start looking at what systems you've put, systems meaning belief systems and structures and programs in the brain, what are serving the reality you want to experience and what are not, and readdressing them. Our brain is a computer system locked into the past that only knows that. So if you want to create for the future differently, we have to rewire it, which isn't hard. It's just an awareness, right? So while we're trusting our minds rather than our bodies, it doesn't make sense. While our bodies are being regulated and emotionally we're reacting in ways that aren't actually true to us because of what's going on in narcissistic abuse. We're having emotions that we don't understand, and we know the reason we don't understand them and are confused is because we know it's not right for us. Yeah? So a lot of the people are saying, well, once they start doing some work or listening to these videos, because they're not dysregulated, there's lots of tools on this channel to come into your regulation and when you, an emotional and energetic strength, and when you do, what's fascinating is the narcissist can't hook you. So then you're actually not in this emotional reaction, emotional, mental, spiritual, psychic, physical reaction. You're seeing things for what they are. And you're seeing how empty the narcissist is, that you actually don't really feel connected to this person at all. And you're seeing through everything because they can't trigger the same reaction. So they can't pull you in the same way. So then you're seeing it for what it really is. And you're actually noticing that I'm not really interacting with this person. It's not feeling fulfilling. I'm not actually connected here. I'm being ignored. Like, you know, you actually start having a different experience. Now, the narcissist is a master of illusion and projection. They can't sustain the illusions like the love bombing stage, but they do know how to work in the energetic realm because they're plugged in, cooperating with a consciousness. Yeah, and they're all synced up to it. So that every consciousness has a number of thoughts and beliefs and awarenesses that they then sync up to, which is why they all act in the same way. And narcissism is a very limited consciousness. So there isn't a lot, you know, that's why it is so obvious when you actually see it for what it is, because it's not got a very expanded consciousness. That's why they all do the same things. But part of that is they project on you, yeah, how they want you to feel. So a lot of people will report to me and say, oh yeah, but I just feel bad for them. You know, they're so lonely and empty and and angry. They're not, they're empty. Empty is the right word. They're a soul detached entity cooperating with a field of consciousness. So they're projecting that on you. They want you to feel that they're lonely and sad and all that stuff, but they're actually an empty shell. They're not experiencing emotions in the way you think they are. So they project how they want you to feel, yeah, so that you empathize, sympathize, and lower your boundaries, standards, and stay in the addiction. They don't feel how you think they do. They project how they want you to feel. They want you to feel obsessed. They want you to feel jealous. They want you to feel in love with them. They want you to feel dependent, right? That's not how they feel. You're not dealing with a person who's connected to empathy, compassion and emotions in the same way. So every time you think, oh, well, yeah, but they must be so sad. I mean, people teach that, they must be so sad. They're not feeling the same thing that you would be feeling if you were them. Really know that, right? Really know that. They're not at all. So while you might say, well, yeah, but they're just so empty, because you would feel that empty, right? That's you projecting on them because they've projected on you how they want you to feel. It's not the case. It's not the case at all. It's not the case. What I love in my work is how quickly people shift. It's just wonderful to me. So if you do want to join Sovereign, it's an international thing. You do it in your own pace. Don't worry if you've started later than the rest of the group. I'm supporting you throughout it. You will get what you need and the support you need. I'm just closing this round out to join April 1st, but it's all self-paced. And for people all over the world, it is groundbreaking work. It is, you know, I've made a process that is so simple to implement, right? But I mean, you have to, it's taken years of development and intelligence to put it together in that simple way. And I just love the breakthrough. So please keep commenting, sharing. I love that you're here. Thanks for supporting this. I do not believe we have to be really, I know that we can break this on the planet quicker than we think in terms of people having to go through these cycles in these ways, and their life and their freedom and their, you know, their truth and their real life experience that they came to live being taken away, stolen by the devil. That's how I see it. So I'm really happy that you're here. I'm really, every comment I read. Now don't feel bad if you haven't had a breakthrough yet. You will if you keep listening and plugging in, right? So there's nothing wrong with you. We think in these cycles that nothing's going to work for me because often nothing has. And we think that all is available to us is this life, not just in the abuse, but if you get out of it, the consequences that people keep coming at you, you keep attracting narcissists, that you're never going to feel real joy and connection. Oh, that is not the truth. That's not the truth, my darlings. That is not the truth at all. So sending you a big hug, lots of love. Thank you for being here. Keep listening. It's going to shift you through and you're going to come into a different world, a different life, the life you were meant to have, right? Which was not one of suffering and abuse or the after effects and aftershock of that. Lots of love. I'll speak to you soon.